act as management consultant with some of the companies, and I'm also a speaker as well as trainer. But my target audience is always business owners, top executives, the promoters or directors, basically the top level people. At the same time, some of the decision makers. So I do training, but my trainings are always targeted towards business. This is some session guidelines. So just to make you feel comfortable, most of the participants will be in listen only mode. I can hear some noise right now. Soumitra sir, if you can mute everybody except me.
I'm doing it, sir.
Yeah. And then some of the participants, not some of the, but some representatives will be allowed to speak at regular intervals whenever we go through the case study and brainstorming, and whenever we reconvene, you will get an opportunity to represent your group's point of view. There will be certain polls and survey in the middle of the program. So that's what you will be expecting from the session. And session flow is, there are going to be few concepts. I have already provided you a reading material, a reference reading material, which was a very compact guide. Like I have mentioned in my note to the participants, decision making as a subject is pretty vast. So there are lots of reference material available both on internet, also in books format as well as in video format. You can make use of them as and when needed, but my guide was only to initiate you to this session, so it is limited to this session. uh, During the sessions we'll have several case studies, breakout, brainstorming. I have talked about it. And then at the end of every case study or brainstorming breakout, we will also have debriefing just after that. And then of course we will have an opportunity to have some live question and answer, time permitting. So like I mentioned, I have shared some reference material. I would like to ask a question, in form of your rating. How did you find, in terms of usefulness of that reference material? So yeah, so basically, this reference material that you got on your email, you can rate. If you find it was not very useful, so you can rate 1. But if it was very useful to you, you can rate 5. So it's basically star rating. That's how the Zoom poll is, configured. There are no star ratings. So let's go ahead with the session now. So I would like to begin. You can close the poll window if it is still there on your screen. There is a close button. Yeah, done. Yeah. So, I've been taking lots of business planning sessions, and especially in the mineral water, training that Soumitra Gotikar is conducting at his office. I think we have interacted more than 100 plus participants, and I think more than dozen sessions. While doing that business planning session, of course, I give a lot of importance to business planning. It is an absolutely important exercise, especially when you are starting the business, and even if you are considering some kind of growth in your business. So business planning is absolutely very good exercise. But business planning, is like let's say you are planning to travel from Mumbai to let's say Jaipur or Ahmedabad. And then there are various alternates that you will consider, like mode of transportation. You will consider the cost part of it. If you go by bus, how much it will cost. If you go by AC coach, how much it will cost, and things like that. You will also consider the weather. You will also consider things like what to carry, what not to carry. You will also consider, the things like how much cash you should have, depending on how many days of trip that you have. So business planning basically gives you several options and the direction in your hand. But in our life or business, we of course are not just interested in direction on the map, right? We are always interested to reach to a destination, whether it is our short-term destination, short-term goal, or short-term target, or your long-term goal. So business planning is good enough to give you the direction. I'm not demeaning the importance of business planning, but what's more important in business is taking decisions, because those decisions are the ones which will take you to the destination. So you have, for example, alternates, like you have bus, train, or flight to catch to go to Ahmedabad or Jaipur. But then you have to make one choice, and this making one choice is a kind of decision. I still do not want to dilute the importance of decision making by with making the choices. But in a way, when you make a choice, you pick out of available 2 or more options. It's basically a decision that you are making. And once you do that, and likewise you do it for other alternatives, like how much cash you should have on you, or what all things that you should carry depending on the weather or the season. Those kind of choices you make, and that becomes a decision. And once you take those decisions, that only will get you to the destination. So I'm just distinguishing between what business planning is and what business decision is. Our topic today is business decision, of course. So, uh, we were talking about traveling. So, traveling is probably is much easier decision because we keep doing this every now and then, and we are much familiar with it. So we don't really need a whole lot of circus behind it. But when you are traveling in an unknown terrain, when you are making decisions which you have never taken before, and we do these both in our life as well as in our business. Many a times, we have never encountered a situation or circumstances like we are facing right now. At this point of time, we are facing a circumstance probably not even our preceding generation has faced this kind of situation. And that's where you have to make some conscious decisions. And because you have never experienced or never seen those kind of situations, those are some of the which are like major decisions. For example, when we were studying, we always had one of the things as choosing the career or selecting a major or specialization within our career. That was a major decision. Why it is considered as a major decision is because uh, that is something which is going to have a very long lasting impact in our life. Career decision is related to your life decision. Of course, further on it translates into your profession or any business that you do, but it has a very long winding impact. Choosing life partner or purchasing first home, these are also major decisions. And of course, both decisions, in most cases you cannot overturn. You have to stay with the choice you have made. So that's why it is a major decision. Switching or quitting the job. Some of the people like me, I have quit, several times. I have switched jobs, several times. And I have also started a business. All three are applicable to me. But I think it is applicable to a lot of, people here in audience also. And these also has long lasting impact on our life or business. And that's why it is a major decision. If you are considering business growth or business expansion, that also is kind of major decision you are taking, because there is a risk involved in it. There are higher stakes which are involved in it. So depending on what kind of stakes, intensity of the stake, whether it is a low stake, medium size stake, or higher stakes involved into it, you can categorize those decisions whether they are major or minor decisions. Sometimes people also move out of the city. I was born and brought up somewhere. I had my first phase of career in Gujarat, and then later on I moved into city of Pune. When I got a job opportunity in one of the Fortune 100 company, even though the offer was great, the company was great, but I decided not to move into Pune very easily or in the first instance. I actually took some time, nearly 6 months to decide, and finally I moved into Pune, and since then I'm in Pune. But I think this is also sometimes you encounter in your life, that is moving out of city or moving out of country. It's a major thing. Now in some cases, like choosing a career or moving out of city or moving into a different country, probably there are enough experiences available, there are enough examples available, but it is not applicable. Somebody else's experience is not really applicable in your life. Why it is so is because their life parameters and your life parameters are different. Their circumstances, maybe the decision that your father took was maybe 20 years back, and now you are subjected to similar looking decision, but the way he took the decision probably is not so applicable to you, because it is the things have changed in those 20 years. The parameters have changed, the circumstances have changed. There are lots of other consideration, and of course your father's life was your father's life and your life is your life, or his business was his business, and the way you want to carry on with the business is a different story altogether. And that's why there is an importance to decision making, and decision making is something which does not come so easy. So before we go to the next slide, Soumitra sir, if you can pull out the first poll which talks about what decision making is. I have given some options there. It's a multiple choice question,
Okay,
MCQ kind of.
just give me a minute.
Yeah. being a trainer, I have a habit of asking questions, and this Zoom or some other softwares are also permitting me to do so. So I'm not leaving that opportunity. But don't bother. I don't have too many questions. There is a poll which is a very small question. What decision making is? What do you think
Yes, yes,
decision making
yes,
is?
yes.
Yeah.
Sir.
So whether decision making, I hope everybody is able to see their screen. There are 4 options. What do you think? Whether decision making is an art, whether it is an inborn talent, or is it a skill or a process? I'll give you about 15-20 seconds. I think it should be easy choice here. Those who have been taking decisions for you, I think you should know it by heart now. I can't see how many have responded. I think only you can see.
Yeah, 12:30. Votes are coming still, sir.
Okay. We'll wait for another 10 seconds. No problem.
Yes. 14, 7, 21, 23. 23 come because we are having nearly 30, 35 people right now. 31
Oh,
people.
great. Okay.
And 63, 15, 24 people. 80% have voted, sir. Out of 30, 24 people have voted.
Okay. Not a problem. We can show the result.
Shall I end the polling? I'm ending the polling, sir.
Yeah.
Yes. And I will share the results. Yes. Are they in front of you?
Yeah, it is. 63% people are right who have chosen that decision making is a process. There could be an element of little bit of an art. Sometimes your inborn talent might help you. You of course have to have certain skills as part of decision making, but decision making per se is generally a process, and I'll explain to you a little later. But those who have voted for decision making as a process is the right answer. You can all close the poll now. There's a close button, and I'll go to the next slide now. One more question to participants. Now that we have understood about what decision making is, how it differs from business planning, we'll also talk a little bit more about what decision making is and what decision making is not. But I think, being professional and being business owner, you all know the importance of being decisive. Remaining indecisive obviously does not help you. So looking at it from an importance point of view, if you can just open your chat box, like Soumitra sir had initially instructed, there is a ribbon at the bottom and you will see a chart with an icon and the words written as chart. Open that and start writing your answer. What comes to your mind? Why do you think being decisive is important? And we'll give you about a minute so that we can capture all the answers.
Can you see the chat box?
Yeah, I can see. Avinash, if you can elaborate on what is AC in your answer. Follow correct path to get AC. What does that mean?
It means destination, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Accurate destination.
Okay. It is the first type of action plan. Why it is important? Please read the question or understand the question. Why do you think being decisive is so important in our life? Mr. Deepak says, in order to move ahead, being decisive gives us clarity in the way ahead, which way the process is going. Making decisions takes us to step ahead, says Shalakaji. Accurate decisions. Okay, thanks for the clarification, Avinash Chogleji. If one is not decisive, one will always be in dilemma while taking decision. You have to move forward. You have to take decision. Correct. So just reading out the answers on behalf of everybody. I think everybody can read everybody's answer here. That's a good part here because everybody is responding to everyone. Gofleser says action is important than complacency. I think that's what is meant. Mr. Kunal says being decisive enables you to think more, think about future. Decision making increases your risk taking ability. Great. Will help in complication. Not taking decision is also a decision. I agree. So better to take a decision and experiment and correct in the process. But why do you think, sir, Suresh sir, being decisive is so important? Smart decision is important, says Jeet. with risk assessment. Okay, that is about how do we arrive at decision considering the risk. Timely decision. Yes, timing is important. There is no question about it. For expected outcome. Great. Okay. All right. So I think we have got quite a few variety in the answers. Many of them are really in line with the intent of the question. We can actually stop answering now, so that we can concentrate in the furtherance of the work and learn session. So being decisive is important. Why it is important is because every decision is likely to take us forward. I think Sandhya Velankar had answered that unless we take a decision, we don't go forward. And in order to go forward, which is a natural course of our life or even our business, to go forward. So every decision is pushing us into that forward direction, and that's why it is important to take a decision. Being decisive definitely helps us in, going forward. Then decision is something that generates action. Decision is not anything but it's a set of action. I think it is covered in next slide also, but I'll pay a little more attention here. Decisions are something that generate action, and actions are the ones which keeps us motivated. I think in our life and also in our business, we need motivation almost every day. Without motivation, I don't think we find our direction. We find it really very boring, whether in your profession or in our personal life. So motivation is something which we need as a food every day. And where does this motivation come? Decision making or being decisive really takes us forward. Then decision or being decisive actually is also a method of challenging the status quo. Many a times, we are stuck in some kind of bracket. We are into one group, and we are not moving forward. So challenging status quo, I think decision making, helps a great deal. And when you break the status quo, breaking it leads to the growth. And right from our childhood, we have seen several phases of our life. We were a small baby, then we were, from infancy to, grown up baby, and then we turn into a toddler. We become, adolescents, and then, attain the adulthood. Later on, we become matured, wise people, people with a lot of knowledge, a lot of skills and wisdom. But this is a growth path, and we cannot grow, or we cannot stop growing if we were not, breaking our status quo. Throughout the life, we have been habituated to break all the status quo. As a small baby, we were always comfortable. As a small baby, you always used to get everything that you needed in the world. You were fed in time, your nappy were changed in time by your mother, but then you did not stop. You started turning, upside down. You started crawling. You started getting up, taking some support. Then you started taking some baby steps, and then so on. You started learning bicycle and so on, but you never stopped. You always challenge the status quo. You never stuck into one slot, one group. And that's why it was always, it's kind of a natural process which goes with your growth. Outcome of every decision introduces us to a new horizon. In today's world, visibility is definitely a big challenge. I think earlier times people used to make, 20-year plan or 25-year plan, or in 2015 I had seen when I was still in active corporate life, people were making plan for 2020 and 2025. Basically they were trying to look at the crystal ball and try to do a crystal gazing, making some plans. But nowadays the situation has become, or the life has become so fast that we are not able to predict our horizons so easily for such a long duration. But decision making is actually taking you to a horizon which is as close as possible. When you go there, you will see further. There is one saying which says, go as far as you can see. So if I am able to visualize, or if I am able to predict my future for next 2 to 3 years, let me just go there first, and once I reach there, I will see further. So go as far as you can see, and once you reach there, you will see further. So this is something, again, like taking the travel example, You just have to traverse into the direction as far as you can see, and decision making only makes it possible. So decision making actually introduces you to a new horizon. Then decision making experience itself is naturally aligns with your cognitive process of the brain. What is cognitive process? I'll just slightly speak about it. Cognitive process is nothing but our brain has a habit of collecting information, picking the information, collecting the information, analyzing the information that we have collected, then finally reasoning it out and choosing the one which suits the best. And decision making is exactly the same thing. The way our brain is tuned, or the way our brain takes certain actions, knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, lots of actions are taken by brain. Decision making is something similar to that, and that's why something that aligns with our brain, I think it makes it all the more important. All right. So with this little introduction, here we come to a breakout session now. This breakout session is about a startup. Just read the content which is there on the screen. I think everybody can see that. It's about considering a new startup among the group. So we are going to formulate a group shortly. Just wait for us. Both me and Soumitra sir will decide on the groupings. But you are going to be part of the group, and then you have to consider one new startup. And of course, the startup has to be there with some business idea. So the chosen business idea is in the segment where there are already international brands, some big national players, and also some local businesses are present, and they are sharing the market right now. And the product that we have chosen here is shampoo. Okay. So it's kind of an FMCG product. You can consider any other product if you wish to, but stick to the rules as far as you can. But I think we leave it to the group to decide on any other product. But let it be a FMCG product. It could be a packaged drinking water also. Assume that your age is approximately 40. Why 40 is because this is nearly the age where thoda keeda jagta hai hamare man mein, and we try to aspire and do something different, because by that time we have gained tremendous experience, adequate knowledge. I think we are also equipped with some skills and experience which actually kind of propels us with some kind of aspiration. You typically at the age of 40 have certain liabilities such as family and kids. I am letting you assume that your all loans are paid off. I think it will put smile on some people's face that your loans are paid off. Now you also own a house, but there is no other income source. So this is the condition that you are in. You have great administrative managerial experience, and now you are not interested in continuing in that monotonous profession. Whatever you are doing right now, you have just decided that you want to get out of this. You have done a reasonable study of the business, which is shampoo in this case. You have done that study. So you have basically gathered the requisite information, but you have still not done any legwork. It means that you have not really met the people who are into this business, people who are connected into this business. You have not done any of those so far. Here in this breakout sessions, once we allow you to go into breakout session, what you need to do is you don't have to take any decision right now. You just have to consider certain things. Given the situation, what you will consider before you take the plunge. So before you exit your job or before you exit your profession that you are in right now, what all things you will consider. So no decisions yet, but you are just considering. So when you come back, one of the group member will assume a responsibility of a group leader, and he'll speak on behalf of the group and share their considerations and also provide reasoning, maybe in just 1.5 minutes, so that we can cover as much as we can in this breakout session.
So I'm just opening the rooms. Here it is. So everybody is asked to join the rooms, and they will continue.
Sutti Simply.
So
Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you get enough time?
No.
No, actually, we wanted some more time.
Okay. Okay, I'll give you a little more time, maybe 7 the next breakout. But this breakout anyway, at least the group where Zoom had put me on, we have collected some good input. So if everybody is okay, we would like to start with a group which was led by Mr. Deepak, where I was a part of. Mr. Deepak, if you can just
Yes.
tell us about some considerations that you have listed out.
Yes. So my team thought of the considerations where number one was market survey or the demand for the product, and the area you want to focus, the pricing, the product speciality. And Nishanji had a very good point about before quitting the current job. He said, "I need to look at the emergency funds and where the funding would come for and to run the household. Okay, since there is no other source of income." And then some of the other members talked about competitor survey, investment needed, and the segment that we need to look at.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Deepak ji. Which was the next group? If any leader can come up and speak, because I was not part of any other group, so I can't say.
So our group actually we decided.
Can you just pick out your name and then say, please?
Yeah, my name is Jeet, and our
Hi,
group.
Jeet.
So our group decided like
Jeet,
the first
also tell your group number.
group number.
The room number it was. It was a breakout room number.
Yeah, room number.
Group number 3.
Okay, and who all were the
Yeah.
members?
Sandhya,
Sandhya Velankar, Jeet Bhanushali.
Kunal.
I didn't
was
write
there.
the other names.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Please go
Okay,
on. Just tell the
okay.
room number and we'll go on.
Yeah, Piyush Gilani also in that.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so we decided what will be our USP. So we decided to get on to organically made shampoos. So later on, we decided on the manufacturing that included the pricing, the raw material, the manufacturing costs,
Mm-hmm.
and the target customers. So we decided that primary targets, and then we had to also look out for finances and legal issues, which includes that we are not crossing anybody's patents,
Mm-hmm.
and
then ROI and
ROI,
holding period.
return of investment,
Mm-hmm.
and holding period, how long can we hold on the investment, and also the shelf life.
Okay, great. Correct. Next group, please.
Hello.
Hi, Ojas, carry on.
Yeah, I was with Viral Shah, Anjali Avika, and Mr. Gokhale, and other one was I forgot his name.
Okay.
So
So we had the youngest and the eldest, in the same group. Mr. Ojas, who is the youngest, and Mr. Gokhale, who is the eldest. Great.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead,
So
Ojas.
yeah, we got we weren't able to discuss all the points, but overall was on Viral Shah's startup. So we discussed about the passive income before starting it. Other than that, the operation, how we will operate it, about the finance, that at which part we will use our finance, and then marketing. We have to market because we have to target our target audience, and accordingly we have to manage our logistics and also our IT sector, because nowadays data is the new oil. So IT sector has to be involved, and also we have to focus on the people and the youngsters, because India is evolving as the youngest, one of the youngest country in the world. So IT sector is also the one in which you can use the social media and other stuff. So
Okay.
we were discussing that.
All right. Thank you, Ojas. Next group, please. Fourth group. Not necessarily
Okay.
the group number
May
4,
I?
but the next group, please.
Dr.
Room
Girish.
number 4,
I am
I
Girish
think
here.
Dr. Girish can.
Okay, with me, yeah, it was Raj. मी बोलू का तुम्ही बोलताय?
सर बोला.
ओके फाईन. काही वाटलं तर तुम्ही यू कॅन ऍड. आपण विल रिक्वेस्ट यू.
Okay, okay.
माझ्या ग्रुप मध्ये राज,
Girishji, there are people who cannot understand Marathi. So can you please?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Okay, in my group it was Raj, Shalaka, Mahesh, and there was Mahesh Pawar, I think.
Only 4
Okay.
here.
Very firstly, we decided to have a market survey, like what product, which म्हणजे कुठल्या टाईपचं प्रोडक्ट ते असलं पाहिजे अँड ऑल. देन बिझनेस स्ट्रॅटेजी त्याची एक वी नीड टू फर्स्ट फायनलाइज. देन अकॉर्डिंगली ॲडव्हर्टायझिंग स्ट्रॅटेजी. बिफोर दॅट, in the business strategy only, what if it doesn't work? like can we set some parameters? If this thing happened, we won't be doing. त्याच्यानंतर in next year, what are the financial liabilities and what minimum period we should have, or like 6 to 9 months of expenses should be considered to make to at least get some break-even point or something like that. That main finance department is there.
Okay.
And simultaneously we must consider what are the government or statutory compliances, and then to the third party manufacturing and other marketing and advertising.
Okay. All right. Okay. Great. Thank you, Girishji. Next group, please.
Hello, I am Anita Ghatnekar.
Yes, Anita madam.
Group number 1. We are 5 people: Deepak Bachal, Vinit Dharankar, Pankaj Sirwani, and one more person. I don't remember his name. We just define the product definition. So, what type of a product it should be, and what can be our what is the differentiate between the national or international product. Then we decide the customer, which customer it should be catered. Then we have highlighted our own strength. We discuss about, we can do that first. And the one more thing is Pankaj Sirwani can add here. He had one point, how can we satisfy our customer, that we have discussed. Then actually we didn't discuss about the ROI, but we have discussed about that we will not manufacture this product. We will just packaging and sales.
Great.
We have taken the packaging and sales this product. So what type of a marketing activity we should follow, that we have discussed.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
My name is Pankaj, and I would just like to add to what
Pankaj is from my group.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
So the thing is that we just wanted our product to differentiate from the other products which are already there in the market, and we need to see our competition as well. And plus, we need to do a SWOT analysis on our product, like what's our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and also the supply chain management. How are we going to go to a customer, and how are we going to sell it? So basically, the customer acquisition cost as well. So that's what we all decided on.
Great. Thank you all the groups and all the participants who contributed. Can Pankaj, if you are still on in unmute mode, can you just read out the question on the slide? You can still see my slide, right?
Yes. Let me just check that.
At the bottom. Okay. I will read it out for all of you. It said, on this breakout session, what was our task was to, given the situation, what will you consider before taking a plunge? Before taking a plunge, I think I amply clarified that before you quit whatever you are doing, whether you are in a job or in any other profession, and you want to start this new business, the shampoo business, what all things you need to consider. And I also made it clear that we are not going to take any decisions as of now, but just the consideration. And those considerations obviously have to be in the areas of your financial, your contingency, whether you are properly secured. There are some conditions given here, like your age, your family situation, that you still have a liability of family. Maybe you have aging parents, so you have to take care of their health and well-being. Your kids who are maybe school going or college going. Of course, your loan is paid off, so one kind of liability is paid off, but there are other things that you need to consider, that there is no other income source. So what if I go this path, which is starting a new business, how much financial strength should I have? How much is my holding capacity? Those are the things you should consider first. Then you should also look at whether you are adequately experienced enough or not. I think some people, and the group where I was present, of course I did not contribute anything there, but I think somebody talked about having the right experience and skills in place. Of course, you have lots of, on the slide you can see, you have lots of administrative and managerial experience. but not necessarily the domain experience. So probably that is something that you need to consider. How are you going to go about it? All the other things like USP, pricing, ROI, investment, all of that will come in picture when you are about to quit and start a business. So this is just about, just before you take the plunge, I think there are lots of things that you need to first consider and then take a business decision. Why I have, come out with this case study or, these as an example is because I have seen lots of startup people approaching to me. So many of them have recently quit their job. Many of them have, probably about 2 years back they have quit their job, or they were doing some business and they are fed up. They are winding up that business and starting something new. But unless and until you give due considerations to all these aspects that I mentioned.
Abhi theek hai, sir.
All right.
Both
Okay.
are perfectly
Abhi theek hai, sir.
Okay.
Everyone else, please mute yourself. That will be clearer.
Yeah. I think that's better. All right. Okay, so I'll continue with what I was saying, that there are financial aspects, contingency aspect, because the first thing that you need to consider is jaan hai to jahan hai. If you are able to survive and if you are able to carry on with a reasonable duration with your financial strength, then everything is possible. Then comes rest of the aspects which you need to consider, and there is going to be another breakout session right after one more slide, but thinking too much about lots of aspects like business strategy or type of products and those kind of things probably is not necessary consideration at this point of time, is all what I wanted to clarify here. Because if you look at the last bullet point here just above the question, that you have done reasonable study of the business, so you have actually made yourself aware about what's going on in the market. Only thing is you have not done the necessary legwork, which is okay, which probably you did not have time because you are already engaged somewhere else. Any questions on this? Are you all clear about the considerations, the difference between what
If legwork is not done, then how the business study has been done?
Well, you can do a lot of research. You can do, read a lot of articles around it. Probably you are staying updated with current affairs. So those kind of things. It's not necessarily. What do I mean by legwork is you have not really, been in that environment and have not spent the requisite amount of time in that kind of environment, in that business.